Hey everybody! Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new here, my name is Lauren. Creators on YouTube taught me how to crochet, and I want to return the favor by teaching others now too. So today, I'm going to be showing you how I make these cute little dice bags. They take me about an hour to make, so they're perfect as quick gifts. Personally, I'm making these for my new D&D group, but you do not have to use these just for dice. I have used them for holding coins and other little things. Alright, and the dice bag that I'm going to be making today is going to be for the party's Dragonborn Paladin. This character has perfectly white scaly skin with ice blue horns, so I wanted to incorporate that into his dice bag. So you see here I have this ice blue yarn. That's going to be making up the body of the dice bag. And then I have this white yarn here. This is going to be making up the strings. All the yarn that I'm using is worsted weight or 4-ply, and I'm using a 5mm hook. I have my yarn needle over here in this Altoids box. I have a loose one here too, but typically I keep them all in here along with my stitch markers so I don't lose anything. Right, and the yarn needle is used to weave in the ends and also attach the drawstring. I have a measuring tape here to measure out the string at the end. And lastly, this is optional, but I have beads to add onto the drawstring to give it a little something extra at the end. So if you look here, I have some beads at the end here, some beads at the end here. I just think it adds a little something extra. Now this, I got these a while ago. They're called pony beads, and they have like the wide opening, which is perfect for fitting the yarn needle through to get the yarn through there. Alright, so that's all you'll need. Let's get started. So to get started, what you're going to need is to do a slip knot or a magic circle. It's going to need to close once you've put your stitches in there, so it's going to be something that you need to close up tight. I usually just use a slip knot. Okay. So I put that on my hook. And then you're just going to chain 2. Alright, so I chain 2. And now all you're going to do is put 8 half double crochets into this slip knot. If you don't know what a half double crochet is, I'll explain it. You're going to yarn over, put your hook through the slip knot, yarn over again and pull through. So now you should have 3 stitches on your hook, or 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and then pull through all 3 stitches. Okay, so do that again. Yarn over, go into the slip knot, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, and then pull through all 3. So I have 2 on here now, I need to do 6 more. Okay, so now I have 8 half double crochets in the slip knot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end now and just pull that tight so the circle closes. Okay, you're going to make that more secure at the end when you weave in the ends. Okay, but now you're going to find that first half double crochet that you made, and you're going to go into the top of it and do a slip stitch just to close up that round. Okay. So that's row 1, and you're going to be continuing to work in the round for the next 3 rows, and then we're going to build up the body of it. So this is building the base of the dice bag, and then we'll make the body of it. Okay, so we finished row 1. Next you're going to chain 1, and then go back into that same stitch that you just put the slip stitch in, and you're going to put 2 half double crochets. So it should look something like that. Okay, and now you're going to put 2 half double crochets in each of your half double crochets from the first row. So you should end this row with 16 half double crochets. Alright, so I finished my 16 half double crochets, and again I'm going to close off the round by slip stitching into the first half double crochet. And then I don't think I mentioned this after the first row, but normally I like to tighten up that slip stitch so it kind of like disappears into the circle. You don't have to do it, it's just I think it makes a tighter stitch, less chances of the dice falling out of the bag. Okay, so that's row 2. Row 3, you're going to chain 1 again. Now, in that same half double crochet that you slip stitched in, you're going to put 1 half double crochet. Okay, so you put 1 half double crochet in there, go to the next stitch, and you're going to put 2 half double crochets into that stitch. Okay, go to the next stitch, put 1. And then you're going to repeat that pattern of doing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around until you get to the end, and you should have 24 half double crochets once you're done. Okay, so I just finished my 24 half double crochets, and again slip stitch into the first half double crochet of the round. Okay, and we're going to do one more of those increasing rows. Okay, so row 4, we're going to chain 1, and now this time the pattern is 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, the same one that you just slip stitched into. Okay, do another half double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so it should look like this. And then in the third stitch, in the third stitch, you're going to do 2 half double crochets. Okay, so then you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. Okay, the one you just do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And when you're done, you should have 32 half double crochets. Okay, I just finished my 32 half double crochets. And then we are going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet of the round. Okay. So now we're done increasing. This is the base of our dice bag. Okay, so this is the bottom of it. The next thing that we're going to do is chain 1. And then you're going to single crochet in one side of the half double crochet stitches all the way around. Okay, that's going to make that nice little fold, so it'll start going upwards now. Okay, so we're just going to, I usually do it in the top right here, so in that stitch that's facing upwards. Okay, that side. So again, you're just going to go into one side of the stitch and single crochet. Okay, so just into the top here. You're not going through both of them, just through the one side. single crochet. And if you think it will help you, you can put a stitch marker right at the beginning of the round in case you can't quite tell where the beginning is. Okay, so this is my first stitch here. Okay, again, if you're pretty confident that you'll be able to find it once you get to all the way around, then you don't need to put a stitch marker, but if you want to, you can. Alright, I just finished my 32 single crochets all the way around, and I'm back to the beginning where my stitch marker is. I'm going to go ahead and take that out, and we're just going to slip stitch into that first single crochet space. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, on the inside you should have like this ridge right here. Okay, and nobody's going to see that because it's going to be on the inside of the dice bag when we're done. Okay, next thing, now we have to build up the body of the dice bag, the sides of it. Okay, so we're going to chain one, and this is really simple. All you're going to do is half double crochets all the way around. So 32 half double crochets. This is row 6. So you're going to do this for row 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and I just finished row 10. So, should look something like this. Okay, I hope yours looks something similar. Okay, now for row 11, this is where you're going to be making, let me show you. That's where you're going to be making these little gaps for the string to fit through. Okay? So to start off, you're going to chain 3 from your last slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next one. Okay, not half double crochet, a regular double crochet into this stitch right here. Okay, so you see how it made this gap here? That's where the string is going to go through. Okay, now you're going to chain 1 and then skip a stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so skip 1, go to the next one, double crochet. Alright, chain 1, double crochet after you skip a stitch. Okay, so not in this one, go to the next one. Okay, so just repeat that all the way around where you chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next one. Okay, so we just did our last double crochet. You're going to chain 1. Okay, skip this stitch in between your double crochet and your chain 3 space. Okay, and you're going to be looking for the second chain, and you're going to slip stitch into that second chain. Okay, so now it should look like this. The last thing that you're going to do for this part is chain 1 and then do single crochets all the way around just to give it a nice edge on the top. Okay, so I just finished doing all my single crochets. I'm back to the beginning of the row, and I'm going to just slip stitch into my first single crochet, and then I just need to chain one, pull that through a little bit, take my scissor, and then I just simply pull that through and tighten it. Okay, so that is the body of the bag done. So I'm going to grab my yarn needle. I'm going to start with where we just ended off, so at the top of the bag here. Okay. Usually I do a back and forth when I'm weaving in, so I'll go one direction and then I'll like skip over a stitch and go back in that same direction. I think it just really locks the yarn in place. Okay, cut that. Alright, and now turn it inside out. And let's make sure that this slip knot doesn't open with the dice inside, because that would stink if they lost their dice. Okay, so what I normally do is I'm going to make sure I get this close enough to the camera. Okay, I usually like to go around the first row. Okay, so just work my way around in the first row of half double crochets. Alright, and then I just kind of do like a back and forth across the opening just to make sure it does not open. Okay, so I'll do like 2 of those, and then I'll just weave it in again somewhere. Okay, and that feels pretty secure to me. Okay, so now all that's left to do is put the string on. I like to do about like 20 to 24 inches of string, and you're going to need 2 of those. Okay, so 2 strings that are about 20 to 24 inches long. If you want long strings on your bag, I would recommend doing 24 inches, which is what I'm going to be doing for this one. Okay. 24 is about here. Okay, so at this point it's 24 inches. Now what you can do is just double the yarn over, keep pinching this part right here, and then just double the yarn over. So then you get 2 strings of 24 inches long. Cut that here. And then just look for where the fold is. Okay, and then just cut on the fold. So now you have 2 strings that are 24 inches long. Next thing to do is put them onto the bag. Okay, so I'm going to put that on my yarn needle. It just makes weaving it through those little spaces easier. Okay, is you're going to weave through those spaces by going under, and then over, and then under, over, under, over, under. Okay, so you keep doing that around, over, under, over, under. Okay, until you get to the end, you want it to look like this. Don't worry about it not being even right now. Okay, so that is one side. Okay, and now what you're going to do with the second string is you're going to go to the opposite side. Okay, so you want to find the side that's completely opposite of it. Alright, and weave your string starting over there so that you get the 2 drawstrings on either side. Okay, so again, I have this set of strings that ends over here. I'm going to go to the opposite side and start there. Okay, just again do that over, under, over, under. Until you get all the way back to the other side. Okay. So now your bag should look something like this, with drawstrings on the other side. Again, don't worry about it if it's not even, you can fix that. Okay, all you have to do is that. Okay, there we go. Now it's even. Okay, so you can finish off here by just tying the ends, or you can go that extra step and get some beads and put some beads on the end and then tie it off. So here I have picked out some white beads and some blue beads, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the yarn from the drawstrings, both strands, through the yarn needle here. Okay, and then I'm going to take a blue bead and then a white bead and just pull that through. Okay, and now I'm going to tie off the end. Normally I do 3 of these knots just to make sure the beads don't slide off. But sometimes 2 is okay. Like in this case, 2 would be fine. The beads I don't think the beads are going to slide off of that. Okay, and do the same thing to the other side. Alright everybody, so here is the final dice bag. Alright, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you like the video if it helped you, and leave a comment and let me know how your bag turned out, and what you're going to be using these cute little bags for. Alright, so have a great day and happy crocheting!